One Question is brought to you by Turnkey Search, a top industry search firm since 1996.
I think the athletic director job at the University of Illinois is a tough job right now. It's for a number of reasons. Historically, football's not been successful, and athletic directors often are going to get judged on the success of their football coaching hires. And then there's also some instability administratively above the athletic director's position. At Illinois, the athletic director reports to the chancellor. There is not a permanent chancellor in place right now. There is an interim chancellor, Barbara Wilson, who is involved in the hiring process for the new athletic director, but she has indicated that she does not want to be the permanent chancellor. So this new athletic director would come in uncertain about who his boss would be down the road, and would probably need some pretty strong assurances from the president in terms of how much rope they're going to give him. You know, when you're hiring into a place that has had a series of failed football coaches, are you going to fire me, the new athletic director, if I don't hit a home run on my first hire? Are you going to give me a second chance? Are you going to give me some assurances that the new chancellor is going to work with me in terms of monies that I have available for coaches and so forth? So in that regard, I think that might scare some people off. I think it's not a job for the meek of heart. If you want to come in and inherit a situation with great stability, this is not your gig. If you're up for a challenge, or if you look at the list of people who have been considered for this job, a lot of them have an emotional investment in the university. They're former players. They're former coaches. They have some tie that is dragging them back here to try to be the savior who can fix this. And you know, I think it's right now. I think it wouldn't rank very high in the Big Ten AD jobs. That's for sure. If you could get that stability, the fan base is pretty wonderful if you can unite them. They need to be united right now. They're disillusioned. They're kind of split on where they think things are going. There's a lot of high money people who are sitting it out right now because there's not a leader in place whose vision they trust. They're not inspired to write checks. And so these are the challenges that a new AD is going to face really right away. But if he can come up with the solid answers, if he could hire a football coach that could get things going, that could unite the fan base behind him, people could really get behind that and be supportive, and they want that. They just want somebody they can believe in, and they haven't had that for quite a while. Well, you know, the last I checked on the Minnesota thing, they were really going slow. They hadn't even named a committee. They were just kind of going along. Now, the urgency was removed from both situations once they came up with a resolution to their football coaching thing. You know, once they decided Tracy Claeys was going to be in place at Minnesota, and they got that ironed out, I think the urgency was removed to act quickly. Once they gave Bill Cubitt a 2-year deal here, which has been viewed at as something controversial, that eliminated the opportunity to act quickly. I think the message I've gotten on the Illinois search is, you know, don't worry about going fast, worry about getting it right. I mean, I think long term the Illinois situation is a better situation. I think the facilities are better generally. I think it's been hard to recruit football, although Illinois doesn't have any record of success to actually back this up, but I think it's been harder to recruit football players up to Minneapolis when you're bringing them up on visits and in the dead of winter up there. So, I mean, that's my view. Now, I'm not up around the Minnesota program and so forth, but it just seems to me that Illinois has probably a bigger upside if you could get that going properly. So I think maybe that's a little more attractive situation.
And that's today's One Question, brought to you by Turnkey Search, a top industry search firm since 1996. One Question is designed to give D1 Ticker subscribers valuable insights on how executive leaders in college athletics think about key issues on their respective campuses, in their departments, or within their leagues and conferences. One Question is brought to you by Turnkey Search, a top industry search firm since 1996.